you can be able to trade by yourself, how you can be able to pick a coin to trade. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I want us now to look into your questions. And today I want to give it a different approach. I want to give you time. Go into the chat. Do you have any question? Do you have any challenge? What is it that is maybe making you not profitable in the business? What is this one particular challenge which is affecting your growth? Go into the chat, type into the chat so that now we can be able to address your questions. And specifically today, we may narrow our questions on how to be able to understand our robot, and then secondly, how we set it up. So do you have any question? Go into the chat, type your question. Type your question into the chat. And of course, the earlier you come in, then we will be able to sort your question as you type it in from the beginning to the very last. Okay, go into the chat. What is that question? Is it presets? Is it that maybe you are unable to understand or even interpret our settings which we have provided as crypto ambassadors, depending on your capital? What is this one thing which is affecting you? Let me see in the chat. Let me see in the chat. If there is any question, go in. All right. I'm seeing Noah is saying you have a question in floating loss. Yes, ask the question. Ask the question. Ask the question. Okay. Alex is asking, if I suspend my trade, do I lose my money? No, the answer is no. You don't lose your money. You don't lose your money. And you can suspend. Suspend meaning you pause. You pause your trade. Yeah. You pause your trade. Maybe you don't have enough capital and therefore you want to pause it and wait for the market to come up. You don't lose your money. How long should I trade? Should I trade take maximum? Mary, what do you mean? How long should I trade? Your question is not that clear. How long should I trade? Take maximum? Can you be specific? Specific? Yeah, be specific in that question. And I will be able to go into maybe illustrate a few issues here and there. Okay, keep your questions coming in. Keep your questions coming in. Okay. So maybe you're asking, like, I mean, how long should a trade take, like, if I buy a certain coin? Very good question. You know, we don't control the market. Sometimes you enter a trade and the market momentum is high, and therefore you get out of that trade quickly. Sometimes you enter into the market and then the market may take long. And remember what we said earlier, that you can be able to enter into a trade and then the market goes against you. And therefore you may take a bit of time. And this is the reason why we teach you, we train you on how to manage your wallet, such that in the event the market goes against you, you can be able to continue buying even into the dip. And as you do so, you can be able to enjoy subposition sell, yeah, that you can make profit even while you are still in floating loss. So we may not be specific like how long a market, how long you will be in a trade. It will all depend on the market forces, the market dynamics. You know, we have buyers, we have sellers. When one is buying, there's another one selling. So those forces, they influence the market trend. But then because we train you and we equip you with skills, we have no reason to worry, because if you manage your wallet properly and even using our preset templates we have given, you will keep on enjoying the market, whichever direction it goes. Okay, I hope that is well, Mary. Okay, somebody is asking here, Alex, how do I unsuspend? It is simple. You just start the coin again. You pause it, then start it all over again. Yeah. Should I buy a coin when it is in positive? This one will depend. And this is Katusime. Okay. Katusime, you're asking a very good question. You know, you before you even buy a positive coin, you have to look at where it is. And that is why we said in our class in the morning, 7:30 a.m. East African time, we are able to teach you that you can go into the market, look at the coin, how it is. You should not buy a coin which has been overbought. Okay. You know, we have the overbought areas and the oversold areas. So when a coin has been overbought, you can't enter that trade. And that's why I encourage you, attend our morning classes. We went into day 5 today, and on Monday we will continue. There you will learn more about how to interpret that. Okay. Adenuga, you are asking, is it compulsory to refer people to this business? No, it is not. It is not compulsory. Okay, it's not. It's optional. Only that when you do so, you are able to enjoy profits. I don't know at this particular point. Let me see if I can be able to share. Just a moment. I think I can be able to share some results here. Results out of out of team building. Results out of team building, so that maybe you can be able to make an informed decision whether to do that. Okay, but on the bottom line, it is optional. If you have got your capital, you can be able to trade effectively, make your profits. You don't have to refer anybody. It's an optional. Okay, I'll be able to share with you some results out of team building, but that is something I will address in a short while. Now, Derek, you're asking, can I get 5% profit on sub sales before selling the first 4 margin calls when the give and take profit is 3%? Yes, yes, Derek. Remember, if you've been attending our classes, this is the beauty or the power of Royal Q. But let's say, for example, we give you our settings between call number 1, okay, between call number 1 up to call number 15, it gives you a drop of in the market of 5%. But then we give you settings which factor a drop in the market of even 30%. Imagine if a coin, you entered a coin which has dropped, let's say even 20%. Don't you see that as the market will be coming up from call number, let's say call number 20, coming upwards, up to call number 5, you'll be enjoying like 1% profit, 1%, 1%, 1%. Okay. So that means, therefore, in a coin which you wanted to take 3% and the market went against you, you can even make more money out of the market simply because the market went against you, right? Then secondly, again, to address the same, is that sometimes you enter the market and then it is in the uptrend. You know, it is not limited to 3%. The robot is able, using artificial intelligence, to know that it is in the uptrend, and it can be able to give you the maximum possible profit out of the market. But then it is true, Derek, you can make more than 3%, even 5 or even 10, depending on how deep the market has gone. Kananura is asking, how do I know that the trade is making profits, not losses? Okay, that is Kananura. That is your question. You know, when you enter into Royal Q, we have floating loss and also floating profits. They are not yet actualized unless there is a sale taking place. So how do I know? You'll know that it is, first of all, you don't make losses here. Unless maybe out of your emotions and the market has gone against you, then you decide to sell your coin. That's when you can make a loss. But then if you wait, you will always make a profit. Okay, I hope that is correct. Then the other question I'm seeing here, if that Catherine is asking, if I stay long in floating loss, can I change settings as the coin is running for it to sell faster? If I stay long in floating loss, can I change settings? You know, there are settings, yes, you can change along the way. For example, you can change the margin call drop. That one you can change. There are some parameters you can be able to change such that you can be able to enjoy profits while still in the dip. Okay, while still in the dip, you can be able to make some changes just as we have been learning. Okay, then another question coming here. How can I know if my trade is nearly to its ending? Raizan, the trade is coming to an ending, meaning maybe to sell. You know, if you have set your robot correctly, as per the settings we have given, and even as per the signals which are provided, if your take profit is 2% or 3%, you'll be monitoring this, or the robot does it. You don't have to be online to know that your coin will come to an end. Just set your robot, let it trade for you. So if it is 3%, the moment it achieves that, and maybe according to the settings, that is the maximum possible profit out of the market, then the robot is going to sell on your behalf. And I hope that is what you mean, nearly to its end. Maybe that's what you mean. What is the best position for buying a coin? Best position. That's your another question, yeah? All right. What is the best position for buying a coin? This one is so broad. We have two ways. One, you can do the analysis. When you look at the Royal Q robot, maybe I need to share my screen at this moment. Let me share my screen. Then we go into our Royal Q. One of the ways you can be able to pick a coin to trade. Even as we open our Royal Q, remember that we are given signals. When you get a signal, you can immediately go into the Royal Q and start trading. Set up those parameters as given in the signal, and then you are able to start. But then the second one is that you may decide when you go into your Royal Q. Let me share my screen. You go to your Royal Q. So when you go into Royal Q, this is what you get. Now, maybe for those who are new, yeah, we have our Royal Q, as you can be able to see it on the screen. Okay. And I believe for new users who have joined us recently, we have a class every Saturday, 10 a.m. You can be able to attend, where we have the new user orientation program. You learn more about all the icons you are seeing on the screen on Royal Q. But specifically in terms of trading, we have our markets which we trade, which are here. We have the USDT, BTC, and Ethereum. but we specifically trade in the USDT market because it is volatile, and we are using this market to accumulate USDT, which now we can be able to use in terms of buying more other coins, for example, Bitcoin and the rest. All right. But then when you come here, we have the currency, meaning all this you see here, these are cryptocurrencies. Their last price is indicated here, and the change in price in the last 24 hours. So if, for example, you come and tap on the change, you will be able to see the difference. Okay, let me do that now. If I tap on it once, okay, you find that the most well-performing coins come at the top, and they are in green. Okay, they are in green. You can be able to see they're in green. Like now you see JST in the last 24 hours, 30%. Okay, but when I tap on it again under the change, I tap on it again, I get the worst performing coin, the poorly performing coin in the market in the last 24 hours. So you can be able to see out of this that we have the world coin having that percentage. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, you can be able to see. So whenever you want to trade, you get a signal, you come into the royal queue, pick your coin, whichever, you can even search for it, okay, search for it, and go in, set it up, and start trading. Secondly, you can come into the market, maybe there's no signal given, you can come and select the poorly performing coin. But then here, there is a limitation. There is a caveat here, whereby you just don't pick any coin. We normally advise, if, for example, you find the poorly performing coins, they are something like negative, let's say -7, -10, something like that. You can pick up these coins and then you trade, okay? But then ensure you set up your robot correctly with margin calls. You trade with margin calls, such that if the market continues to go against you, you can be able to take advantage of the fall in the market. So let me assume, for example, I'm picking up the world coin. This is for learning purposes. I'm not saying you trade. Let me pick the world coin. Okay. It brings us to this window. It brings us to this window here. It's loading. When you are in this window, there are many things also you need to understand. We have the trading timeframes here, okay, which you need to understand. You check that percentage, the price of the coin is there, and then there are these other statistics which you can be able to also take note up there. And then finally, you take note of the chart, how the chart is. But then before you do that, if you scroll down, we are also able to get some important information. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Below here, we have some tools which can assist you also to be able to understand how that particular coin is doing. These are indicators which Royal Q has put in place for us to maybe enable us make an informed decision. So when you pick a coin which is poorly performing, you have to come and assess that coin in line with the indicators here. For this one, the first one there on the right hand side, RSI, the stochastic RSI indicator. We have the KDJ, the MACD is here, okay? The Bollinger Bands, the moving averages, they are there. So the moment you tap on any of them, and then you are able to see how they are. If I tap on the RSI, you can see the trend, the KDJ, okay, the MACD. Look at the MACD. For those who have been attending our classes, look at how it is. And for those who have been attending our classes, you can be able to see that this world coin, okay, when this MACD somewhere this indicator here, you see, when it crossed over, you can see what was happening in the market. And for sure, as that indicator has gone that way, you can see also the market has gone that way. So these are some of the things you have to look at before you make that informed decision. When you go, you tap on create. Once you have ascertained everything is okay, there are other classes we have done this, including our YouTube channel. You can be able to get that information. Okay, I want to believe that is okay as addressed the question which was asked by one of us. Okay, let me see other questions. Let me see other questions again. I hope that is correct. You have gotten the answer. Let me now see the other questions in the chat. Let me just see from where we stopped. Okay. Okay. Somebody is asking, you said that it is possible to make profits even when in floating loss. How is that possible? Oh, all right. All right. Good. I've picked that question. I'm going to have a look at it. How is that possible? The next one, I've been floating for a month. It is my first trade. Wow, okay. Congratulations for joining Royal Q and the crypto ambassadors. Then you are asking this, okay? So if I post my trade, I won't lose my money. Yeah, you won't lose. You won't lose, as we have already said. Okay. Okay. And this is where now we teach you that yes, when your coin is in floating loss and you have set up your robot correctly, you have put up your margin calls correctly, then share the opportunity. Don't just keep quiet that your coin is in floating loss. You are watching the market. No. Yeah, do something. Build a community of traders. Okay. But then you are saying, if the robot is going to trade for me, why the need to bother myself to learn trading, especially when I don't have the time to be watching the market all the time? Yeah, King Dela, that is a good observation. You know, if you have got good capital, this Royal Q robot is so amazing. You can decide to automate your robot. Automate your robot. And when we started this year with our 3% 300 times strategy, our intention is to accumulate around $110,000 such that we can be able to automate our robot. So, King Dela, you're correct. This robot can trade for you, automate it, just do your business. You come in and check how it has made progress. You don't have to be online to keep monitoring. Secondly, once you have also set the robot correctly according to the templates we have issued, go your way, do your business, let the robot trade for you, because we have factored in a drop in the market of 30%. And along the way, the robot will be selling and giving you profits, including if the market goes down, it will be selling, buying and selling, even while you are still in floating loss. And finally, it will be able to give you the ultimate profit when the market comes up. I hope that's correct. Noah is asking this. Noah is asking this question. Example, initially, Noah is saying initially, I had set Atom USDT and covered only 23% drop, but instead it has dipped beyond, and now it is in return rate of negative 29%. How can, what are you saying? How can determine my floating loss? I'm currently in, and how can I open more margin call with 200 USDT? How do I measure the current floating loss? Then your question, second question, is return rate same as floating loss? Okay, I've gotten new. In a short while, I'm going in to demonstrate how you can be able to, in case you are in floating loss and you have come in, you have gotten some capital, you have added more capital, how you can be able to open more margin calls and enjoy while the market is in floating loss. I'm coming shortly to that. I'm going to demonstrate. Then another question is, I entered a coin, the most negative in Royal Q. The drop was that of default setting. Now it is in floating loss. How can I open margin call for that coin? Yes, that's correct. That's what I've just said. I'm going to demonstrate in a short while about how to open more margin calls. Okay. Then another question coming in is from one Shangaili Mugaga. Shangaili Mugaga is asking this way, that you have been in floating loss in Matic for more than a month now, but my question is, can't I change settings to real time so that I earn even in losses? Good, good, that is good. I'm going to demonstrate this. Using between yesterday to today as an example, only 2 or 3 coins are in negative and only around -2. So in that case, what can we do, since we are not yet professionals to know how to select? Okay, that's good. Yeah, for sure, when the market is in an uptrend, you'll find that and ladies and gentlemen, at that particular point, when we will come even into the bull run, that is what you'll be seeing, that most coins will be in green, meaning that we are moving up. So it is true. Just as I said, attend our morning classes. You'll be able to get into any coin, whether it is at -2, and you can be able to analyze it and see what your take profit is, what you can be able to take. Remember, recently when Acro was pumping, it was in green and it was in a lot of positivity, even negative, +20, yeah, in floating profit. And we were able to still to make profit even in the uptrend. So if you attend our classes, they started on Monday, we will still continue next week. You'll be able to learn on how you can be able to take advantage of a surging market. Now, Kate is asking, please let's analyze this. Coinbase. Can I enter the trade now? Now this one is outside our class. And this looks like one of our signals which was given. Maybe we will use it as a demonstration. We will use it. Okay. Another question is, I set up my coin, but the coin hasn't reached the preset price and everything is on 0. It is now 2 hours. Should I pause it? No. Hey, Dairy, you don't pause it. You know, preset, when you set your coin under preset, it simply means that the market will finally drop and touch that preset price. And if it does, that is when the robot is going to buy. So you don't have to pause. And actually, you can't pause it because it has not started trading. You have to wait. The only thing you have to do again, with good analysis, you can be able to know whether will it come down or it will never touch that price. And if not, then you can go to another coin. How much do I need to automate my robot to trade all the coins? Okay, Derek, you are really interested in automation. Get over $100,000. You can be able to do that. Okay, you can automate some coins. I hope that is okay. But then we train you to take little profits from the market, accumulate, and in the long run, you are going to have enough capital to be able to automate your robot. Now, I want to address the question of people who are on floating loss and they want to they want to open more margin calls. So allow me to share my screen. I want to share my screen. Then we can be able to make progress. Even as I share my screen, are you following? Let me know. Are you learning? Can I see that in the chat? Can I see that in the chat? Let me know. Can you type a yes in the chat if you are learning, you are following? Type a yes in the chat. We will pick up other questions in a short while, but now I want to demonstrate. All right, all right. Thank you. Now let's move into our royal queue. We go into our royal queue. And allow me to start from the beginning, right from the beginning, and just guide you a little bit on how you can be able to set your robot. For those who are new here, down here we have some icons. They are very important. We have the home, we have strategy, we have cycle, and we have news and mine. These are all important in terms of how you understand your robot. But then I'm interested when you come here. Remember I said when you attend our Saturday class, you will have that induction on how to understand your royal queue better. But then now, if I tap on mine, okay, if I tap on mine, and then I will come into my strategy setting, okay. So if I tap there, my strategy settings, it will bring me to this page here. And I think for the newcomers, you'll find that this page where we are now, it doesn't have this. This is my strategy I've just put in, but then you'll find it doesn't have anything, and it asks you that do you want to add a strategy? And then you would click yes, I want to add a strategy. But then if you have a strategy already and you want to create another one, you come and tap on the plus sign, which is there. You tap on that plus sign. So I'm gonna do that. I tap on that plus sign and it brings me to this page. Here, whatever you are seeing on the screen, these are the default settings of Royal Queue. And I want to, maybe for the newcomers, I want to be steady. Remember I said we have our Royal Queue settings, which gives you, that is the crypto ambassadors, we have developed settings which we have shared across, giving you a drop in the market of up to 30%. Okay, but then from call number 1 to call number 15, we factor that this gives you a drop of 5% in the market from your entry point. Okay, and those templates are available. You can always get them. So I want us, maybe the new people who have come in, to guide you on how you can be able now to set up the settings. So when you come here, we have the risk type, and here I will be able to explain. This is how we want our robot to be able to release our funds into the market. Then the remark here, which is optional, you can name your strategy. How do you want to call it, right? Here is our first buy amount. First buy amount is where now you are going to indicate the first buy amount which you want the robot to buy. And here, ladies and gentlemen, is where our capital management is very important, our wallet management, because they are going to influence our first buy amount. You know, some of us, we see a coin and then we put all our capital in. We end up getting stuck in a trade. Poor wallet management definitely leads you to getting stuck in the market. And we train you on how you can be able to set this. So that the person who was asking like how long a trade takes, yeah, set your robot correctly and you can be able to get out of a trade quickly. This one means open position doubled. Anytime the robot is going to buy whatever it bought from the previous, it doubles in the succeeding call. I margin call for now, we will put it off, will be off. The margin call limit, this is how we anticipate the market to go against us in terms of how many times we want to buy. I'm going to explain a little bit about that when we will be setting it up. And then hold position, take profit according to the signal. For example, from the chart, somebody has posted that we take it for analysis. So we will consider that, okay? Hold position, take profit, call back. Let me explain that one. These two here is how we want to make profit out of the market. The first one is like, for example, is it 3% according to the signal we are given? Is it 2%? Is it 5% as per the signal which has been given? But then it means that we have entered, this is our entry point in the market. And then we are instructing the robot that when the market rises, let's say by 3%, let the robot sell and give us a profit. But then the robot doesn't behave that way. It uses artificial intelligence and to assess what is the momentum in the market. And that is where the whole position take profit come in. We instruct the robot that yes, we want 3%, but if the market is in the uptrend, give us the maximum possible profit. But if the market is going to fall by 3%, 0.3, okay, let the robot sell and give us a profit. It rises by 3, but then falls by 0.3, the robot gives us our profit. This therefore means if the market doesn't reach our 0.3, which we have set, let's say, for example, it touches 0.2, and then it continues in the uptrend, the robot is not going to sell. It will give you the maximum possible profit out of that trade. I believe that is understood. When you move down, this one here is where we manage our capital in margin configuration. Remember here we have set the limit, but then here we configure those limits. How do we want the robot to be buying when the market goes against us? Okay. Then we have this point here. Let me illustrate it also. That this lower case here, that we have set our robot that when the market goes against us, let's say, for example, we entered here, but the market went against us. And we are saying, if the market falls by a given percentage, as we are going to set it, and it tries to come up by this callback, that's when the robot is going to buy the first margin call. Let's say we have set it 1%. And we are saying, if the market falls by 1% and then tries to rise by 0.5, let the robot buy the first margin call. All right? Are we learning? But sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, the robot does not buy when it is falling. Let's say, for example, the market doesn't rise by 0.5. Instead, it reaches like 0.3, then it starts to go down again. The robot will not buy. It will continue to wait until when the market has fallen and then it's trying to rise by 0.5. That is when it will be able to sell. I mean, to buy the first margin call. Let me know in the chat. Are we learning? Are we learning? The new people, type a 2 in the chat if you are learning something. Let me see a 2 in the chat. A 2 in the chat. Type a 2 in the chat. All right. All right. I think up to that end, now we can be able to look at our robot. I want to say, for example, we can name it. Maybe my capital is $300. I can name it like 300. We have started now filling it for the new people, $300, maybe strategy. Yeah. My first buying amount for now, I can leave it at 15, but I'm going to explain a little bit about it. I said the AI margin call, we switch it off. And the margin call limit, remember, as per the settings, we want to factor in 20 margin calls, 20 margin calls with a drop of 30% in the market. Okay, hold position, take profit very quickly. Let's say, for example, I take my profit to be 3.1. Okay. Then my call drop, I can put it 0.1 such that the market rises with 3.1. If it falls by 0.1, let the robot sell and give me a profit. Shortly, I'm coming to margin configuration, but then the callback, buy-in callback, we set it around 0.3, not 0.5, because maybe we can even reduce it depending on how quickly we want the robot to buy in the market. It can be 0.3, can be 0.2, can be 0.1, okay? Depending on how faster you want the robot to buy. For now, we put it as 0.3, okay? Then I will also, for a while, I'll come to take distributed and take profit allocation. I will talk about it. But then our strategy is one shot. So I tap on there and it brings me one shot. Now, let's go into margin configuration. I tap on margin configuration. And ladies and gentlemen, what you are able to see here, these are two sets. We have margin call drop and multiple buy in ratio, depending on the capital you have. Remember last week in our class, we said that of the capital you have, only expose 60%. 60% of your capital. Let 40% remain in your wallet. Okay? Let 40% remain in your wallet because of anything that can happen in the market. 60% exposed. So the settings we have given you, now look at it this way, that we have given a settings of 520, we have given a settings of 320, 520, we have 720, we have 1020, and then it goes all the way up to 5,000. Now consider the capital you have and then get the 60% of it. That this 60% is what you want to expose into the business, and then you set it correctly. So let me consider, let's say, for example, you have $1,000. Okay, we want to calculate 60% of that, and I will go into my calculator. I go into my calculator, we compute quickly. I have my $1,000, and I want to only spend 50% in my trade, and this gives me a 600. 600 is what I want to use in my trade, trading one coin at a time. So what do? I will go into our strategy settings, and we gave a strategy of $520. So I can go and fix my robot, set it up with the settings of $520, and then I will be there. I'll be set. Are we there? Are we there, ladies and gentlemen? Are we there? Okay. 520. I had my $1,000, 60% is $600. And therefore, to avoid complications, I will go and pick up the settings of $520 from the Crypto Ambassadors template, which we circulated, and then I'm able to set up. And then I mentioned this way, that from call number 1 all the way up to call number 15, we want the drop in the market to be 5%. We distribute 5% from call number 1 to call number 15. Then call number 16 to call number 20, the remaining 25%. Right? 25%. Now, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? We want the robot between call number 1 to call number 15, the robot to quickly buy our assets, to buy the assets which we are interested in. That yes, we have entered into the market. And in case it goes against us, we want our robot to accumulate more of the crypto as fast as possible between call number 1 to call number 15, right? Then it can be able to give us that maximum profit. This other side, remember I've addressed this, a drop of 15%. I mean, a drop of 30% in the market. On this other side, we want to know like how the robot is going to buy or invest our capital. How many times? How many times is it going to buy? So what do you get here? There are several strategies which you can employ. If you have got good capital, we have the double up strategy, as is illustrated in this. Okay, as you can be able to see, this is the double up strategy, is the default settings of Royal Q. Then we have got also the +1 strategy. Then we have the Fibonacci strategy, okay, depending on your capital. But then when you look at our settings, you realize, I think we will share this one, or I'll be able to show you in a short while. Let me show you. Okay. I'll go to my robot. Okay. I mean to my WhatsApp. I want to show you that template. Let me show you quickly. Okay. I want to show you one of those settings. Okay, this is the template we have already circulated. And I've already said we have 520, 720, 1000, all the way up to 5000 settings. Now, when you look at this, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at this, for example, I said our strategy in this particular case, we have $1,000 and we are going to use these settings of $520. So we want to set our robot as per these settings. You can see our first buying amount is indicated there. Our dropping, our take profit, callback, number of margin calls, the buy-in callback, the sub position callback, and then the strategy is one shot. And then when now you come to allocating your funds, we scroll up, you can see how we have done, okay? And we are saying this way, that when the market is going to drop, let the robot invest our money this way. And then you continue all the way. You continue all the way up to call number 20. Okay? And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can make that observation, that when you reach at call number 15, the drop in the market is 5%. 5%. Right? And then it will be able to invest your capital as you desire. But we have proposed the multiple buying ratio of 0.5 and 2. 0.5 and 2. Then call number 16 to call number 20. This is how we want. our robot to buy. Okay, this one gives you a cold drop of 20%, but then in the revised one, this one's here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me clear this. This one here, we have changed this to 4.98. 4.98. Call number 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. In total, will give you a drop in the market of 30%. Okay. So if you have set your robot this way, depending on the capital you have, then you are ready to go. Are we learning? Are we learning? Are we learning? I believe this template is available. You can be able to get it. You can be able to get it. Okay. Let me go back to our royal queue. So once you have set your robot, ladies and gentlemen, once you have set your robot, you put up all those settings, the margin call, drop and the buying ratio all the way up to call number 20, then you make sure you confirm. You confirm, okay? You confirm it. And once you have confirmed, then the rest will fall in place, okay? Let me know if we are learning in the chat. Let me know if we are learning in the chat. Are you learning? Can you type a yes in the chat? I'm now going to select some questions. Type a yes in the chat. Then I address a few questions. I believe the newbies, you have been able to learn here and there. But then I want to believe we can be able to continue learning more, even in our WhatsApp group. Okay, let me now see if I can address a few questions. Okay. Now, Juliet, attend our morning classes, 7:30 a.m. East African time. Okay, Profit callback. Can I force my robot to tell when I want to leave the market? You force it. Okay. Yeah, there are ways. I'm addressing now this question here. That you can be able to do that, but the risk is upon you. It is you to make a decision. If the market, for example, went against you, okay, if the market went against you and you because of your emotions or because of your greed, you don't want the robot to trade for you, and you sell here, definitely you are going to make a loss. You're going to make a loss. Okay. But then if again you entered the market and the market goes up, maybe you wanted 3%, it has reached like 2.5% or even 1.5%, you can go and manually sell and you get whatever little profit that you have made. Okay, I believe that answers your question. But then the best is let the robot do it for you. Okay, my question is how can I do manual replenishment? I lost my robot and money, and 4,000 disks remained in coin on Binance. They stole my phone. I recovered my Binance and failed to recover my robot and opened another account. This is a serious question, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, especially the new people who have come in, make sure that when you register into Royal Queue, one, write somewhere your email address and your password. Make sure you do that. Secondly, there are those security questions which Royal Queue asks you. Make sure you write down. Don't take a screenshot. Our friend here, Godfrey, he lost his phone. So even if you took a screenshot, it won't help you. Have a notebook, a secure notebook, which you don't even carry around. Have your email, have your password provided. Ladies and gentlemen, It is not good for you to lose your account. Let me call it maybe because of your mistakes or you didn't know. Write your password, write your email address, write those security questions down, and keep the answers to those security questions, each question with its right answer. And remember, in the security answer you are giving, if there is a full stop, a capital letter, a spacing, make sure you write it correctly, such that if this thing occurs to you, that your phone is stolen, you can recover your account because you just register another account. Then when you are going to recover it, they will ask you those security questions, you provide the answers, and your account is restored. Take note of that. You know, $120 is not little money. That's good money. And you can't afford to lose a robot because of that. All right? I believe that's correct. So how can I do manual replenishment? Okay. Okay. I think we can be able to do that. Let me look at another question. I set up my coin, but the coin hasn't reached there to preset. I think I answered that one. I answered that one. Yes. Any other question, ladies and gentlemen? I'm trying to see if there is any other question at the top. Somebody asked a question I didn't see. Okay, I want to see if there is another question. Good. I think, yeah, good. I think that's correct. I thought if I know my password, I can recover. Password is not enough. There are those security questions which they will always ask you, and you provide the answers accordingly as you had indicated. Okay, with a capital, small letters, where there's a comma, there's a spacing, there's a full stop. Make sure you capture them correctly, because when you do that, you are going to recover your account. How do I get profits when in floating loss? Question not answered. Okay, let me demonstrate that one. I want to believe our leader Julius is around. He will come in also to give us some remarks here and there. But then let me answer this question on how you can be able to make a profit even when you are still in floating loss. Alex, this is how we go about it. But you entered the trade. You entered the trade here. The market has been going against you. Okay, and probably it has reached the support area. It is being supported here, and now it is started coming up. Okay, this was your entry, this is your support, and between point A and point B, let's say for example the robot has bought 17 margin calls. It has bought 17 margin calls. All right, that from point A, your entry, to where the market has been supported and now it is coming up, it has bought 17 margin calls. So what happens is that in the settings we have provided, you select what we call real-time, sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. Okay, are we there? Sub-bin mode, real-time settlement. That is what you select, such that when the robot has bought 17 margin calls, the call number 5, okay, call number 5 to call number 17, where it has reached, they are treated independently. What we mean by this is that call number 17 is here, 16, for example, is there, and all the way they are coming up. So from when the market rises, the robot sells call number 17 and gives you a profit of call number 17. It continues to monitor. When the market again rises to call number 16, it will sell call number 16, give you a profit. And that is what happens all the way between call number 17 coming up to call number from 17 up to call number 5. But remember, the market may not go as we want, that it will come all the way up to call number 5. Sometimes the market may be supported. Yes, it rises. It can come even up to call number 10, but then again, it starts to go down. So this is what we mean when we say that the robot, you can be able to enjoy profits while still in the dip. That it was call number 17. You have enjoyed profits from call number 17 up to call number 10. Then when the market again starts to go against you, the robot will continue to buy another call 11, call 12, all the way. It can buy even up to call number 13. Then again, it starts to rise. You keep on enjoying profits even when you are still in floating loss. I believe, Alex, now you have understood. But remember, when it will finally sell call number 5, it will remain with call number 1 up to call number 4. These ones will be sold once, call number 1 to call number 4. So when the market reaches call number 5, it will now wait for the momentum to continue to achieve what you had said. Is it 3%, 2%? And then it will be able to give you by selling everything between call number 1 to call number 4. I believe you have understood now. That's understood. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex, for that. Okay, let me now see if our leader Julius is present. If he's present, so that he can be able also to give us a few preset and question answers nuggets which can help us to grow in this business. Leader Julius, please come on board if you can hear me.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I have nothing to say. I'm here like a student.
All right,
Sir,
right.
I have nothing to say. Please continue. If you have come to the end, then you can close. You are doing well. So I don't have anything to say.
Okay, okay. Let me then, ladies and gentlemen, look at one more time on your charts. I want to see if there is any question to address. Okay, and thank you, various leaders who are trying to attend to our members' concerns. Yeah, I appreciate that. Now, somebody is asking, please, how can I join the Crypto Ambassadors WhatsApp group? Maxwell, yeah, join the person who invited you here. Your upline. He will be able to direct you. Yeah, the person who invited you can be able to link you to our WhatsApp group. Okay, Sheila, yes, you have responded to that one. Let me also see if there's any other question. Now, Godfrey, you have not still understood how to do manual replenishment. Let me try to allow me share, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to share my screen so that I can look at the manual replenishment. Just a moment. Let me look at other questions so that if I go live to our royal queue, I can attend to all questions. Sheila is asking, Sheila. Okay. Oh, this is somebody who was trying to respond to somebody. Now, Beno Kuti, I'm new here, had $54, was blown up because I had not known about setting up. Beno Kuti, what do you mean that it was blown up? What do you mean? You know, in Royal Queue, if you are patient, we don't lose. There is nothing like blown up. If you have your capital and you put up the right settings, yes, the market will go against you. You'll be in floating loss, but finally the market will retrace, the market will recover, it will move up, and you will get out of the trade. But we don't blow accounts here unless you are greed and you don't let the robot trade for you, and you go and do what we call manual sell, then you can say you have grown up, and that is your personal responsibility. So let the robot work for you. Yes, I acknowledge that you didn't know. I know now you know. Let the robot trade for you with the right settings which you have put in place. Now, I traded below the set price and it has been busy with the trade I took on Tuesday. Did it ever stop? It's on 4 drop now. My pawn. Don't know whether I understand your question. Okay. Let me see if there is another question. Now, Talisa, in case I set the robot with a high profit take ratio of 5%, but when it buys all the margin calls, the coin undergoes it is uptrend, but then the coin doesn't pump reaching the profit of 5%. Then the coin goes back in downtrend. If this happens when I'm still in market, can I sell manually to get out of? Yes, you're right. You're right. You can as well. This is Talisa. Instead of 5%, and you have been enjoying profits while still in the dip, just reduce this 5%, put it even 3%, and you get out of that trade. Okay. Somebody's asking here, if I'm using margin calls, am I able to set a preset price? Okay. Preset comes in before even the trade starts. You know, when the trade starts, it means you can be able to, the trade is ongoing. But before it buys the first buy, that is your first buy in amount. That's when we set the preset. But then on the other side, if you are good in market analysis, you can be able, according to where you expect the robot, the market to be supported, you can be able to set up those margin calls in terms of price. But if the market touches this price, let it buy the first, the second, without using the percentages. You can use the prices. Okay, let me see if there is any other question. What is Mary? Mary, does it mean you have not started? If you have not started, we have Mary is asking, what is the minimum amount of capital one can advise to start with? This robot is amazing, Mary. Once you have activated your robot, you can start as low. The buy, that first buy is $15. It goes even up to $12 and sometimes $10. So if you have activated your robot and you have $15, you can just instruct the robot to buy. The only disadvantage here is that it buys the 15 and you have got no capital which you can use in case the market goes against you. So for you, what you do, you just wait. You wait, you have bought at that price, wait for the market to come up and you take your profits. Then also, you'll be enjoying those small profits. Recently, I think like 2 months ago, it was testified in this call that somebody who had $15 after activation, in around 2 weeks, he was able to build his $15 to $75. So it is all about the mindset and the skill which you acquire, which we are providing for free to all crypto ambassadors. Okay, so you can come in, train yourself, attend our classes, get the skills. Even with your $15, you can be able to grow. Secondly, Mary, take note of this. We have our 3% 300x strategy. And when you look at that strategy, the first buy amount is only $15. And then you compound it 300 times. If you do that, you will have over $100,000 if you do that. 15, and you're taking 3% following our strategy. So it is possible. you can start with $15. Now, how many coins can one trade with capital of 1,200? Yeah. Remember what I said, 60%. Jody, you can do your math. 60% of that, then employ the right strategy as per the template we have shared. How can I use $100 and make profits? I think I've also explained, Namanya. As I was addressing Mary's question, I've addressed your question too. You can do that. But then we have settings of $50, $80, 100, 120, all the way. We have those settings, and we always share them in our Crypto Ambassadors group. Okay, my point, I took a trade below the set price. It was on loss mode. Today it's on profit mode at call drop 4, which is the last. Okay, will it ever stop so I can take other trades? Yeah, it will continue to go up, and then it will sell, and you can be able to enter another trade. I know manual replacement, but as said, how can I use this new robot account after the other one lost and left money in coin? Oh, so there was a coin was trapped with some money. That is OMG. I think, Leader Julius, I will leave you this question to respond. Godfrey's question of how he can be able to do this. Can he be able to sell it on Binance? And if he does, what can it happen? This is the lost account, and there's some money trapped there out of the trade he was in. Our leader Julius, I will be able to let you respond to that. Okay. Now, Maxwell, you can't reach to your upliner. Okay. I get you. Alan is asking how much one needs to automate my robot in one coin. One coin. Okay. Leader Julius, please come on board. We assist Godfrey. Okay, let me see. Let me see who is present. Maybe Leader Julius is not present. I want to welcome, yeah, Leader Julius is Coach Mopiwa. Sir, Coach Mopiwa.
Yes,
Can you
Leader
please?
Shem.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Please come on board. We address the issue of Godfrey. Kindly give us your input.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Leader Shem, for the job that you're doing. We really appreciate you. When it comes to Godfrey's question that says, I know manual replenishment, but as I said, how can I use the new robot? Okay, you lost the old account. You cannot retrieve it because you have forgotten the questions. You can't remember probably the password. All right, so your coin, it is still in Binance, right? That is the first thing. The coin that the old Royal Q is trading is still in Binance. So we cannot know whether the robot managed to close a sell on your OMG that you were trading with the old Royal Q account. So here, I would say there is only one way to do it. Because if the old Royal Q account did not close this trade of OMG, then you don't have access to the old Royal Q account. It's going to be very difficult for you to see whether the robot has closed it. But what I know is that the OMG is currently in your Binance account. Since you are no longer going to use that old Royal Q account, I would advise that you go to your Binance account, you look for the coin OMG, then you sell it manually, meaning to say you are going to exchange it to USDT. But remember, if the coin was in floating loss, you are going to incur the cost. You're gonna incur the cost, yes, because there is no way that we are going to transfer. Remember, this coin is in the exchange. RoyalQ trades in an exchange. It does not trade anywhere else. It trades in the exchange. So in the course of one losing their account, the asset that was bought by the robot is not lost as long as you still got details of your Binance or wallet exchange, the exchange wallet, you do have the details. So I would advise Godfrey, you go to your Binance account, you click on this on the wallet, then you go on spot. When you go on spot, check the coin OMG. All right, then check how much is left in the OMG if you happen to sell manually. That is the only way, because you don't have access to your old RoyalQ account. It's very difficult to help you in that case. The only way is sell the coin in Binance if you want to sell it and get the money out. If you don't want to sell it, you can just hold it there. You'll be monitoring, all right? You'll be monitoring the coin if it is rising in price. Remember, I'm saying you don't want to incur the loss, all right? You don't want to incur the loss. So you can hold the coin. When it reaches, if you are able to remember how much you put in the coin in the first place, then you'll be monitoring in Binance. When it rises up to that amount, then you sell it manually. But if you want the money now, then you can incur the loss and sell manually. Whatever balance you're gonna left with, you're gonna use it to trade other coins. That will be my take on this one, because there's no way out to the old RoyalQ account so that we can check. Yes, we can check whether the coin was closed or it is in floating loss. If it is in floating loss, how much is it? That will be my take. That will be my take. I don't know if I have answered Godfrey on that question. Thank you so much, Leader Shem.
All right. Thank you, Leader Mupiwa, for that amazing input. And I believe that applies to all of us. At least we've learned something from that. And as I mentioned earlier, please take note of your security questions, your email, and your password. Keep them safely somewhere. In case this happens, then you can be able to recover your account. Otherwise, I can see from the chat we got no question. Okay, we dropped the link. Yeah, we can see we can drop the link here of Maxwell to enter into Crypto Ambassadors. Huh? Okay. Okay. I think we have come to the very end.
Sorry. Leader Shem, can I just interrupt you?
Go on, sir.
Because I see an answer in the chat that someone, I think they are responding to Godfrey that they should unbind their Binance and then bind it to the new RoyalQ. It's not possible. Remember, this person doesn't have the access to their old account of RoyalQ. So you can only unbind from RoyalQ. Remember, you unbind it from RoyalQ where you binded it. So this person won't be able to unbind because they cannot log in their old RoyalQ account, but they've got access to their Binance account. Hence, I'm saying let them sell the coin. They cannot unbind it because they can't have access to the RoyalQ, to the old RoyalQ account. Yes, so I just wanted to address that. Thank you.
Thank you, my leader. Thank you, my leader. As we come to the end, there's somebody here who is asking a question. let me show you. Let me show you something as we come to the end, ladies and gentlemen. As we come to the end, let me show you. Kaike is asking whether you can adjust the take profits while you are still in the dip. There is this what we call distributed, and then we also have the sub position take profit. Now, let me tap on the distributed. You realize that these are the settings, the default settings, and we advise you let it be like this, 1.3. Okay. And secondly, so when you'll find that here it will go all the way up to number 20. We leave it as it is. Okay. Then secondly, then is now on the take position, take profit. Now here is where you may make an adjustment. Remember, we are saying that the market had been supported here and it's now coming up. And when it rises by what we have seen here in the distributed of 1.3, and probably the market tries to fall by 0.3, let the robot sell that subset and give us a profit. So you can play around with this one. You can even put it to 0.1 or even 0.2 so that you are able to maximize that profitability while you are still in the dip. Yes. So Kaike, you can be able to adjust them accordingly to be able to maximize your profitability while you are still in the dip. All right. All right. Now with that, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome one of our leaders to also come on board and be able to close this meeting. Yeah, I want to believe now there is no any other question. I wish you well. I won't speak again. And until next week, God take care of you, attend our Zooms, learn. And then as we come to the last quarter of the year, sit down, evaluate your performance, re-strategize, so that by December, you can be able to have achieved some of your goals. Okay? Allow me now welcome one more time, Sir Coach Mopiwa. Kindly close the session for us. Yeah, Coach Mopiwa, kindly close the session.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Leader Shem, for the sharing that you have done today. Well done. Thank you so much. We appreciate the work that you're doing to Royal Q community, especially crypto ambassadors. Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to thank you for participating in this session. I believe that some of your issues are addressed. Yes, we need to understand that we cannot address all the issues. It means we're going to stay here for the whole day. We're not going to be able to go and do business. So bear with us as leadership that slowly we'll be addressing these questions. Just make sure that you attended these trainings. Yes, the more we interact, the more we share our experiences, the more we learn from each other. So I don't have much to say. I just want to thank you, Leader Shem, and the rest of the leaders that we are backing up today, and as well those that were participating in asking questions so that their issues can be addressed. I wish you a lovely, lovely day as we are anticipating to enter into the weekend. Yes, let's meet at evening, another session that is coming so that we continue learning and growing in our business. Thank you so much, Leader Shem. I think you can close the Zoom.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, bye-bye, bye-bye. Maxwell, you can hold on. I want to get the link and drop it to you. Just a moment, Maxwell. The rest you are free to exit.